I visited your classroom at Harvard Business School as a guest lecturer, and I saw firsthand how much your students really love you. They adore you.
Oh.
And for our first Insights segment, we asked our Global Contributor Network about their favorite teachers, what makes them a great teacher, and that person's lasting impact on them. So let's listen to what they had to say.
So I'm thinking back a little while to when I finished what we call university in Australia. My favourite lecturer was the one that made it, I guess, the most engaging and the most fun. And yeah, the ones I liked were the ones that kind of knew their stuff inside out and were happy to go off on a tangent, were happy to talk about the news of the day almost and make it current.
So what made them memorable is how they tend to make a monotonous or boring subject interesting.
He just made it interesting. He made you want to learn and read more Shakespeare. He just had a gift for that, and I was blessed to have a teacher like that in college.
I remember my favorite professor, and she was a professor of Black history. She really made the learning come alive, but not only relating what we learned to Black history, but also relating it to the world around us.
What are the qualities of a good professor and learning experience? Okay, so the good qualities would be that, even you are strict, but you are respectful to your students, and you don't dismiss their challenges.
The most important quality is to be able to make the students actually relate to what they're learning and also be able to enjoy the learning experience. How has that professor and experience influenced your life after college? I mean, it probably taught me to be a bit more open-minded, probably a little more skeptical, a little bit of a better critical thinker.
I think that even though I did not go into that particular field of for my career, I feel like that the experiences he brought out the shyness in me. Yeah, I was very shy, but he, let me realize I had a voice. That my stories matter to the things that I thought was important to report on, and he listened to that and he helped me find my voice. He gave me the confidence to be the person that I am.
I remember my favorite teacher, who's actually my undergrad and graduate professor, because I went to the same university for both undergrad and grad, Dr. Bill Gribbins. And like what the contributors said, he made the class fun and exciting. The subject matter super relevant to what was happening in the world around us. But also he challenged me in a way that created this like intrinsic motivation to just like do better, do great work. And I thought that was something special that he gave me. So Julia, what were your first impressions of the responses and what are your goals as a teacher?
Yeah. So one of the things I noticed right away from everybody was the consistent, interesting, fun, but also high standards. And that's a balance we all try to strike at HBS of maintaining high standards and high values in the classroom, but also being respectful of our students and their time and who they are as people. So I try very hard to make the content highly relevant, useful. I'm very focused on, especially for the particular course I teach, it's high utility. It's going to be useful for students, less theoretical, but also that it's fun and engaging. And that was definitely something I heard in all of the statements and I think about my own professors going back to my both undergrad and graduate school was those who really expected a lot from me and held the bar really high so that I did my very best, but also made the content very relevant and interesting to me. So I was excited to learn.